Hello guys. I'm making this video because a few people asked me and they wanted to know, you know, what I'm doing now after, so much of, working with filmers, photographers, and like movie directors, and yeah. Cut. So, after going to film school and making my first film, yeah, what year was it? It was junior year. I made my first film called Nightingale. It's about a young prince who was in a kingdom trying to figure out, his way around things and how to communicate with the people of his land and, the people in his kingdom and how they would react to his decision making and how quickly he could adapt to problems that occurred or, you know, any anything that he'd have to deal with. But that film went good. It was just for the Academy. It was just for to experience making a film for the first time. I played a lead role. Um, yeah, and after that film, people wanted to know what I was doing. So um, that was only my first film. It was a few years ago. I do plan on making more films. I do plan on um, getting better at acting. Improving my skills. But many people do know that I also modeled before I started acting. I started modeling in, I'd say, middle school. And I worked with many photographers. And yeah, that's a lot has changed since then. I'm actually a professional model and actor now. And I'm just looking looking for the right film to play in. Like I gotta be careful on which kind of films I do, what kind of image I want to show myself in, what kind of light I want to show myself in. And modeling is just something that's always been a passion for me. I've always liked, putting on clothes, looking good while looking good for the camera with good clothes on, good fashion on. I've always been into fashion, into stylists, into designers, and yeah. So a lot has changed since then. It's been about a year since I made my first film. It's been about a few years since I started modeling, um, and I'm a professional actor now. I'm a professional model as well. I could be doing a new film next month, so I never know how that's gonna go. But I do plan on making a film soon. I also moved to the West Coast. I used to model and act in New York, so there's not much I could say about moving to the West Coast, but as of right now, but I am liking it. Maybe I'll make another video about moving to the West Coast and go into detail about that. But that's basically it. A lot has changed pretty quickly, so it was just people wanted to know, and I wanted to clear things up. It's a new setting, it's a new background, it's basically a new world people see me in sometimes. So um, I'd say things do happen fast. It's hard to, it's good to be grateful for how fast, things could change. It's good to be grateful for, where I am now, but it's not always noticeable. I've always like worked hard. I've tried to get new roles that didn't, you know, that didn't happen because of like, it wasn't what they were looking for at the time. Who knows? But looking back now, I'm very grateful that I made my first movie when I was like 17 years old, and that I have that experience under my belt already. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for, being able to model for professionally for a photographer and his company um, at a very young age. I'd say in middle school, it was like 14, 13, and I got that experience under my belt as well. So, yeah. I just want to say, be kind to people, love each other, because you know there's some people who aren't gonna love your friend as much as you love them, and you know that's how I think of it now that we're so isolated, still isolated actually, and yeah, make sure you stay healthy. And that's it. That's the update. It's only been a year, so there's more to come, and I'll keep you guys updated.